Like, if I call you my brother, you know what it is. And breaking the code, I could be calm, cool, collective. If we start wilding, I'm changing the mode.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Harding Way. We're recording this right after the Grizzlies just beat the Mavericks, putting our playoff predictions out there. The full 16 is set. Isaac, man, first of all, let's talk about the Mavericks real quick because since they got sent home, I'm assuming it's safe to say Nico's getting fired, right?
Oh, that was his last game as the Dallas Mavericks GM. That was it. We're not seeing that. We're gonna see this summer. I'm surprised we're not gonna see it in a couple hours. If I'm being honest, he's getting fired. There's no way.
You know, what are the odds that they put that out right after we didn't get done recording this video? That would be
For
mad
real.
funny. We'd be like, oh, recording this live after they lost. I wonder if he gets fired. And it's like 3 hours after we're done hitting. Nico's been fired. I mean, look, he's really torn apart a whole franchise's future.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Luka is what, 25?
I want to say 25. I want to give you, I think 25 is right. He might be 24. I'm going to quickly
Nah, it's
fact check
25.
that for you. But you looked it up?
No, I mean I know he's 25. He was either 25 or 26.
26. There you go. I just looked it up. 26.
So,
But yeah, he's super young. Why? I can't explain it to you.
I mean, look where the Lakers are
Hey, I don't care.
and where they jumped from. I mean, what were we talking about?
Yeah, come on now. Look, I
It just doesn't make
understand.
sense.
I do agree defense wins championships, but not like that.
I mean, look what it brought them.
Yeah, he's a look what it brought them.
No, for real. I mean, they were at the bottom having to fight up to get into the playoffs.
Well, defense lost them in series.
I hear you.
You know, and they were a 10th seed in the play-in, so at least they got to the second game in the play-in.
Right.
You gotta give them some small wins. But actually, the first 10 seed to ever make the playoffs, the Miami Heat. So, you know, when we get into predictions, we'll start there. We'll just start on the Eastern Conference. Heat, Cavs, first round. I think it's safe to say Cleveland's going to win. So, Isaac, just how many games do you think
Cavs are
Cleveland's
4.
It's like, how many days do you think?
It's Clips. I mean, all right. I can see Miami getting game 3.
Okay.
And I only say that if everyone is just playing exactly how they need to play and the stadium is just rocking because they'll get the energy from the fans.
That's fair.
If it doesn't work out how they need to work it out and Cleveland gets game 3, it's over. They're going to advance, and that's going to be that.
Now, I will say Cavs in 5 officially. I will give the Heat the 1 game. But in all reality, Cavs in 4, Cavs in 5.
Which game do you think is going to be?
I agree with you. I was giving them game 3. So I was but I say like this, you know, Tyler Hero, superhero, the guitar hero, Cavs in 5. Like, but at the end of the day, I mean, good for Miami becoming the first 10 seed to get in, but yeah, you're the play-in is you're fighting for a spot to get you behind Whoop. Let's call it like we see it.
Yeah.
But we'll go back to the team that the Mavericks Mavericks lost to, excuse me. They definitely didn't beat them. They got But we'll go to the team that beat the Mavericks, the Grizzlies. They're facing the Thunder. So once again, I think it's safe to say, how many games are the Thunder winning in? What are we going with?
See, I want to give the Grizzlies the upset, and I know it's not going to happen, like at all. And if I'm being honest, I feel like it's because they just fired their coach.
Oh, definitely. Like that's a whole other can of worms.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is that's something that messes with the chemistry. Just a little bit, at least.
Let's remember they were at one point 3rd in the West.
And
they were 3rd in the West.
They were fighting for playing. Lost to
the Warriors.
Yeah.
Once again,
and we ain't even gonna talk about them yet, but yeah.
Nope. Like once again, we get later down to the other team that decided to fire their coach a week before the playoffs. You mess up everything. So unfortunately, if this full strength, they leave this man in his job and fire him at the end of the season, I say Thunder in 7. I'm leaning towards Thunder in 5. Like I can't
6.
You give him Thunder in 6.
I only say that because the Memphis culture alone isn't gonna allow OKC to just walk over them. Everyone needs to stay healthy though.
Hey, look, respectfully, this ain't them grit and grind Grizzlies.
I understand what you're saying, but they still have some of that culture in them. It's a fact. You can see it.
Look, all I'm saying is grit and grind, porcupine, pork rind, thunder in 5. That's
Okay. You're gonna do this for every
no.
series?
It's the only ones I have for in 5. It's the only ones. Every other series is not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
I had to get out the way. I had to get out the way. I had to do it twice. But no. But all jokes aside, I think the Thunder will also win in 5 games. I think the ACs are getting put out very early.
I think it's gonna be
But
sick because I think they're gonna shake it up a little bit because
okay.
let's be honest, the Grizzlies got a little more playoff experience than the OKC.
I will give you that. The Thunder are very less playoff experienced.
So I think that Ja versus Shy, it's gonna be a battle, and this is the playoffs. I don't think Shy is gonna be on the free throw line as much. I'm just
You
saying.
say you shooting free throws somewhere right now.
I mean, he's gonna get his, yes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
of
saying?
course.
Because the way he plays, they foul him a lot, if we're being honest. But then
Yeah.
there's sometimes I feel like they just drag it.
Yes.
So we're gonna see what it is with that series. But yeah, I say OKC in 6.
Okay, I can understand that. But to the only sweep of the playoffs that I have on my list, we're gonna go down to good old Beantown, Celtics Magic. I got Celtics for the sweep here. I'm sorry. As much as Orlando is a team that gives us trouble, and I can see them winning a very weird game, sneaking one in, I got Celtics in 4. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna say Celtics in 4 as well. But the only way it goes Celtics in 5 is if they get game 3. Literally, that's the only way. And it literally would have to be everything goes their way and nothing goes ours. That's literally how it have to go.
Here's my thing. When you got a Celtics team, and I put it like this, between Tatum, Brown, Holiday, White, Porzingis, Horford, Pritchard, Hauser. You have 8 people who on any random night can give you 25 points. I'm sorry, I can't.
And it's like don't let all of them get hot at the same time because then it's just
knowing they're on the question.
Then JD Davison, Jordan Walsh,
yeah,
you know what then they come in the game and
start
then they gonna give it to you. So yeah,
let's be honest. JD's like the secret weapon sitting in Maine all season, minding his business.
right.
Don't let him get going.
When it's his time, we're gonna see what that is.
But my thing is, just in reality, like you would need everything to go wrong for a lot of people. As much as I'm a firm believer in the Magic's future, and I think Paolo is the next great Magic big, I firmly I can't see the Magic winning a game here. Especially because Celtics are always greatly motivated in that first round of the playoffs. It's usually when we get deeper into the playoffs, Celtics usually fall apart. In the past, anyway. Like
you're right.
In the first couple series, we're always good. It's always later when we get to the conference finals, and that's always when the shenanigans happen.
Right.
But when it comes to the first round, especially on the quest to repeat and try to prove everybody wrong, man, Celtics in 4. I got nothing.
Yeah,
but the other 2-7 matchup is actually full-blown bananas because in the Wild Wild West, as I love to call it, you have such a crazy matchup with a young Rockets team at 2, but the Warriors at 7. Man, listen, I have teetered back and forth every day this week. Some mornings I wake up and I'm like Rockets in 6. And then some mornings I wake up and I'm like Warriors in 5. And then I'm like, it's going to 7. And I'm like, nah, it won't. The Warriors are figured out. Jimmy Butler is coming there, plus Curry's playoff experience. They're cooking the Rockets. Then sometimes I wake up and I'm like, man, the Rockets might get them. Like, who knows? They're second seed for a reason. I think on record for the show, I think I'm going to go Warriors in 7. I think it's going the distance.
To be honest with you, I have to agree.
I'm just like, I can't.
Because it just depends on the momentum in the series.
It really does. It truly does.
If the Rockets can win in 6, but
that means they got to steal one.
If it goes to 7, they have to steal one, yes. But if they don't, and the Warriors steal one, the Warriors might just cook them and win in 5.
Look, I will say I'll say this on record. If the Rockets lose game 1,
it's over.
They're in trouble. They're immediately sound the alarm.
If the Rockets lose game 1, it literally might be Warriors in 4. Like
that's how bad it is.
All jokes aside, because if they lose game 1, and then just a scenario, and then lose game 2,
Oh,
and you have to bring it back to
God.
Golden State, forget about it. It doesn't
They go
even
down
matter
to
at
go to
that
Golden
point.
State. Just
It doesn't even matter.
Just book
You
the plane
already
ticket back one way.
you have Michael Jordan's long lost son and Steph Curry.
Oh,
All
man,
the
listen.
bench pieces that you put here and there, and then the troll of all,
I know.
Draymond Green.
It's ridiculous. It's genuinely ridiculous, especially in the sense that, like, I was saying they just steal one, and they go back to Golden State 1-1. I said they're in trouble. Like because they got to get one back. My thing is, I can see a Rockets in 7 because you win all your home games.
Yes.
I assume the Warriors are gonna probably steal Game 7 and kind of do them how they did the Kings.
Yes.
My light the beam
That's
squad.
how I see it happening. If I'm being honest, like they're gonna come in, make some noise,
Yeah.
do exactly what they have to do. You know what I'm saying? It almost every game is gonna be down to the wire.
Oh yeah, cinema.
You know what I'm saying? And then Game 7 is just gonna be
Curry's like, I'm not
Jimmy
going home.
Butler's turn and then Curry's turn.
Yeah,
Jimmy
but two
Butler's
of them-
turn and then Curry's turn. Jimmy Butler's turn, and then they're just gonna torture them.
Like the two
Just
of them are just
don't let them catch that early, because then
yeah,
it's gonna be a problem.
it's going to be fairly ugly.
It's gonna be a problem.
If the Warriors steal any
But-
games in Houston,
I would say Houston, they have Ime Udoka.
they have the pieces.
You can't, and yeah, they do have the pieces. Like, if I'm being honest, they're like the Thunder. They have the perfect team. Same thing with the Celtics. They literally have the perfect roster. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got all the
Yeah.
pieces, coach, and all that. Like, you can't go wrong with it. I want to know how they're gonna match up with the Warriors, though.
Also, they're young. That doesn't help their case. either.
No playoff experience.
Oh, that does not help their case. So between those two factors,
These are some very bright lights. And then you got to look at the team that they're playing against.
because that's the worst part.
Like, yes,
Respectfully,
they're the 2 seed. Cool. If we're being honest, nobody
it
cares.
does not. Well, once again,
Like, at all. This is the
this
playoffs.
Warriors team reminds me of, like, in a way, it's like those later years of the Patriots. Like, even though we can say they're washing, they're out of touch, like, you still gotta go to their house and beat them.
Listen, if I'm being honest, what was it, 2023 when Jimmy brought the Heat to
Yes.
the 8th seed? Brought the 8th seed, played in the play-in, brought the 8th seed to the finals.
Yeah, he dragged them.
And now he has Steph Curry along his side, and they're the 7th seed.
It's like, yeah.
And if this plays out the way Warriors fans would want it to play out, the league is in trouble.
Yes.
Like, for real. That's
Because
gonna be
now here's
scary.
the other thing, respectfully, if we're gonna go futures. If Curry wins number 5,
Oh gosh. If he wins number 5,
there's some ugly conversations that are gonna be coming behind that. And I don't know if I'm ready for it.
I know I'm not.
I don't.
But then
I'm not
if
even putting in
if
the
those
air,
conversations come up, I already know how I'm gonna rebuttal it,
but it's gonna be
and
crazy.
you know it as well.
Yeah, it's one Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Curry
But
has
it's-
3 if we're being technical. So
This is his
we're
third,
not
thank
doing
you.
it.
But like, it's definitely one of those things where that
Right.
conversation is gonna get really crazy.
Yeah. So
But actually, speaking of crazy conversations, we'll stay in the West to the 4 and 5 seed because we were joking about this off air this morning. The maybe could win a 4th MVP. Isaac, just once again for everybody at home, please name the 5 players that have 4 more MVPs right now currently.
I gotta think about this. I don't even remember what I said earlier.
This is-
LeBron,
Yep.
Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
Kareem,
Yep.
Wilt,
Yep.
Russell.
There you go.
All right.
There's a world where Jokic enters that group. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. It's
It's
just
all right. So
disgusting.
let me just say this, because I fully agreed with you earlier, but I was really thinking about it. And I was watching a little bit as well, just kind of studying how he plays the game. I'm gonna be honest with you. it's a stretch. Like, don't get me wrong. Giving him his fourth one and saying that he's
Oh,
in that conversation right now
makes me throw up in
is
my mouth.
is a stretch, yes. But like, if you really look at the way he plays,
I know it's so irritating.
like, how old is he? 29, 30?
I think he's 29. I'm gonna fact check that real quick just to give us the official number, but I want to say 29.
Yeah,
He's
that's
30.
all right. He's 30.
His birthday's in February. That's why. Okay,
I'm
so
not gonna say that he's going on the downside of his career because he just turned 30. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he's still
But
got a couple
in these
good
next couple
productive.
years, he's probably gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta think about this season. When have we seen this from a center?
I
And if I'm
know.
being honest,
You're right though. That's what makes it annoying.
the closest we've gotten to Wilt. Am I lying? Tell me I'm
Ugh,
lying.
I hate it.
I hate it as well, but it's like we also
It's
gotta
disgusting,
honestly
but
just
you're
really
not
think
wrong.
about it. It's like if he gets his fourth, like yes, it's a little bit of a stretch because he only has one championship.
But yeah, you can make an argument that he has
But
Will.
it's like
You can make an argument that he got Will all time, and
like
I don't like that because Will's consensus top 10 guy, and that means Jokic is getting in the top 10.
you know what I'm
That
saying?
feels wrong in my like. It's something in my gut that feels wrong.
Yeah, it feels totally wrong if I'm being honest. But then it's like even when me and you was talking about it earlier, the MVPs. What year besides that first one? I think you were saying
Yeah,
was
I said the
Giannis.
first
I feel like
one.
Giannis should have won it, but
You were giving him 3 with no ring.
you're giving
Anyway,
him three with
so
no ring.
yeah, it's just that's the worst part. It's a terrible it's an uphill argument to drive that he does not deserve for, and it's an uphill battle because you can't really. There's not a perfect well, here's what he got. Like respectfully, unlike this year in the NFL where you could be like Josh Allen shouldn't have got it over Lamar, and there's a very clear argument for why Lamar was better. You
Right.
can't do that with Jokic's MVPs.
Like
There's not a consensus. There's not a consensus. This guy got robbed. It's just I just don't like the idea of him getting 4. But it's like when you're the best, because look, even when people pick out LeBron's all those years, like LeBron could have won. There was still a great argument for whoever won it that year over LeBron. I cannot say the same with some of these years with Jokic.
Derrick Rose was the youngest to do it, so I'll give him that. But with Braun, I don't know. There's not a lot of.
If we look since Bron's won his last one in 2013. A lot of those other guys, like Durant when he won his, Westbrook
Okay.
triple double year,
Yes.
Curry the 2 years when he won unanimously.
Yes.
There's very clear
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, there's a very clear cut argument. You know,
You know, I'm gonna be real honest with you, and I feel like this is what's gonna happen. Jokic is probably not gonna get 4, and they're probably gonna give it to Shai.
I mean, I feel like you almost have to, but
For
then I don't
what?
but that's why it stinks.
For what?
Well, because to me, I feel like you almost have to.
Because all right, let's be honest.
the
Yes, they're the
convers-
best team. They're the best team in the league, so I'll give them that. And he is the best player on the best team in the league, so I'll give him that. I'm not specific on his stats, so I'm not gonna say too much. But if I'm being honest, he's only leading the league in scoring, right?
You know, I admit though he is scoring at a rate that hasn't been seen in a while. Because the
That's
30
facts.
the 30 per game, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's totally facts. That's totally facts.
Yeah, I think he's the first player to have 30 in 3 straight seasons or something since Jordan.
Totally facts.
I think it's I think
When have we seen a center average a triple double in the season?
Well, actually, there's only been 3 players to do it. So right away,
So
there you go. Now the fun part is when people are like, well, he's average triple double, he has to be an MVP. I could technically pitch them what is maybe the funniest MVP ever, which we talked about earlier. Technically, when Oscar was triple double, he did it. He was third in MVP voting. Wilt had 50 and was second, and they gave it to Bill Russell. So defense wins championships. I guess Nico has a point. Now I'm just playing.
Maybe not the point that he was trying to make.
Nah, not there. I'm not using that to help Nico. But
Yeah.
So on the one, with the triple double thing, there's that, but then there's Westbrook on the other. But I don't know. But I had to bring up that whole MVP thing with Jokic because that's gonna be such a wild time. But when it comes to this series, I can't lie. Kawhi in the last game of the season really switched my thoughts because I was like Denver in 6. I don't care. is whatever. But then I thought
Listen,
about Kawhi in that last
man.
game, and I was like, yo, are the Clippers about to do this in like 7 games?
Zubac, probably one of the only centers in the league. He's not the only one, but probably one of the only ones that can physically match up with Jokic. I'm not gonna say he can stay with him IQ wise and stay
Dear
with him.
God, no.
You know what I'm saying? Jokic
But
is
like,
gonna get his regardless. Physically, he can match up with Jokic, right?
he can make him work for it.
You get Norman Powell, who, if I'm being honest, I feel like is playing out of his mind since
Most
Paul
improved
George has
player in my
left.
book.
You feel me? You get James Harden, who is playing some of the best basketball he has played
Since he
since
left
Houston.
Yes, since he left. This is the best he's played since he's left Houston. I agree.
And then you put, I'm not even gonna go there yet. Then you get Chris Dunn, who, people was talking about him when he went overseas and all that, is coming in and playing like
He's kind of figured it out.
a young Drew Holiday type. You know what I'm saying?
He's
You know what I'm
figured it out. He's
saying?
figured
Like,
it out.
you feel me?
And then please hit the.
And then you get a healthy Kawhi Leonard.
Thank you. Nail in the coffin.
I'm sorry. Denver is in trouble.
Thank you.
Like, in deep trouble. And this is going to be the other problem. If Jokic gets 4 and then they lose this first
It's gonna
round,
look awful because they got swept when he won the
my
second
goodness,
one.
exactly.
That's why I'm telling you. I can't. I brought it up because I can't see a world where they give him a 4th MVP and then he proceed. Because look, we've literally joked about this on this channel many times over the last couple of months. Kawhi is known for 2 playoff runs. I'm like, is he about to make it a 3rd?
Yo,
Did he really just wait? Because think about it. So he did it in 2014, went in hibernation. Then it was 2019. Then he's gone to hibernation. It's 25. I said, yo, did this man just secretly do the same thing again? Go missing for a couple years, let everybody forget about him, and was like, I got one more in me. And he's about to just go on a.
people was
then
just saying that he was the worst superstar ever.
we was literally,
like,
we were just.
and we was just
literally-
talking about it too. Literally.
We was messing with him. His whole legacy is 2 playoff runs. I'm like, did he just get healthy at the right time to show up? Because now think about the playoff path they get. They get Denver, then you get an inexperienced OKC.
Or Memphis.
Or Memphis. I almost say even better. Like, and then you're gonna basically let LeBron and Curry most likely possibly be that matchup. Let them beat the snot out of each other. Go to 7. Because that's if they play, it's gonna go 6
You
or
already
7.
know that's going 7.
Oh my goodness. There's a world. I will admit, to me, besides the Rockets and the Grizzlies, respectfully, just because of experience, every other team has the pieces and the tools to make it to the finals in this bracket.
If I'm being honest with you, I feel like every team in the West.
Yeah,
Any one of these teams could turn up, and I'm not going to cap. It could be a whole different show. We having whole different conversations. If we're being real, any one of these teams could just turn up because they all have the pieces to do it.
Like
it's literally why
trusting the Grizzlies.
It's literally why you call it the Wild Wild West. If I'm being honest,
that's why I call it. It's because it's bananas.
Like it is absolutely crazy. So you put the Clippers in that position with Championship Kawhi, the rest of them playing like how they're playing, and James Harden, who obviously he doesn't have the finals experience, but he has playoff experience. You gonna allow him to get a shot at this? And he already said that what he was going for.
He said it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to chase that ring.
He said it. He said it. He called his shot.
Like,
I'm going Clippers in 7. Actually, mistake, because they're the lower seed. I'm thinking of the 4th seed, the 5th seed. I'm giving Clippers in 6. They're gonna steal one in Denver, win on
they're the 4 and 5.
Yeah, they're 4 and 5. Clippers are the 5 seed.
Clippers in 6.
I think it's.
Clippers It's not even going 7.
Clippers in 6. Because if they go back to Mile High in the 7,
because
if they go back
this
there,
is another thing that I didn't even talk about. The way the Clippers play their offense,
they're fast paced.
If they run that high screen and roll and get Jokic caught up in that too many times, it's over.
Clippers in 6.
never gonna have to go to McDonald's and get some chicken nuggets. Get them McNuggets instead, because it's
I
yeah,
tell
it's
you this.
clips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna. I get
it's
Clippers
over.
in 6.
Clippers in 6 for sure. I gotta go with that.
Now we're gonna go to what
Hmm.
might be the funniest series for me and you on this in this prediction video.
Okay.
The other 4 and 5. Pacers at 4, Bucks at 5.
Oh, we finna argue.
And that's why I said this is gonna be the funniest one.
We finna argue.
Because I was really firm in my belief, and I was like, I know what I'm gonna say, and I'm proud to say it, and I'm not switching up. But
And then you saw that notification.
but Lillard on his way back makes this harder to say. Because I still believe what I said. I don't care. I think
Yeah, I'm
Indiana's
not
going.
hearing it.
I think Indiana's going to go to the conference finals. We're not going to touch on the semis just yet. We're not going to touch the semis just yet. We're going to let the play out. We're going to get another video for y'all predictions for the semis. But I think the Pacers are going to the conference final. I believe Pacers are beating the Bucks in 5 games. I'm standing on business because Lillard's out for game 1, but he might come back.
That don't mean
I,
nothing.
Look here. I understand Giannis is playing his best basketball, his triple doubling. Good for Giannis. Respect to Giannis. It's a team sport.
Yes, it is.
Who else is going to help him? Lillard's out. I ain't trusting Brook Lopez.
No. You shouldn't be worried about who is gonna help Giannis. You should be worried about who's gonna help Pascal Siakam.
Tyrese Halliburton. Obi Toppin has been playing some ball lately. Don't do that. Benedict Mathurin has been playing some ball lately. Don't do that.
That's the first time I ever heard you say his name.
Because I don't give him his credit. I usually ignore him because I don't really trust him all that much.
The first time I ever heard you say it. You didn't even bring up your boy. He's finna get poofed on.
Who?
Miles Turner.
Oh no! MT is I love my boy MT, but I can't think. Giannis is gonna poof it on him like twice this.
Listen, between Brook Lopez and Giannis,
he's getting yammed on once.
Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner got something to worry about. No, like for real,
they're gonna be working hard the whole.
Because,
series.
bro, again, tell me if I'm wrong. Giannis has got better in every aspect of his game.
Yes, I will give Giannis credit. Giannis has been balling out of his mind. I still firmly believe the same reason I said that Drew Holiday Bucks trade was not finna work the first time. When you don't got nobody to guard up top in a 3-point shooting league, you're gonna pay for it. I think Hallie is going to show back up. Pacers in 5.
Now, I don't necessarily like this guy, but I can't not bring him up. Cool, kid.
Anyway, worry about that boy.
I'm not saying we're worried about him, but he is the 3rd option. 4th?
No, he's there.
No, hold on. You can put Brook over him. The 4th option?
I'm not trusting either of them. I don't care. They're not Dame. Dame fully healthy, I would say like Pacers in like 7. It's going the distance.
7?
I'd say.
All right. I'm gonna just be real. Listen. I'm gonna be real. The Pacers defense is trash. Am I wrong?
It's rough. No? It is rough. I'm not gonna say you're gonna get on this mic and lie.
All right. So listen. The Pacers are gonna do well offensively. They have to do better than Giannis, or they are not going anywhere.
And I believe they will.
And I'm glad you believe they will. Bucks in 5.
Oh, you're not gonna do the thing. You're not.
No, I don't have to do it because literally it's going to be Bucks in 5. It's Dame time. You feel me?
Okay.
Because he's gonna come back game 3. He don't even need to play the first 2. He's gonna come back game 3 and torch Tyrese Halliburton.
Whatever.
Torch him. Literally torch him. Think about it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Did Giannis play in that series at all last year?
He played, I think, in the last
game 1 or last game.
I think we played in one of them. I think I can't remember because they were so injury riddled during that series.
No, I know because it was like one thing led to another, and that was the end of their season.
It was a hot mess.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think Giannis played, and if he did, he played 1 game. And if I'm not bugging, they lost in 6.
I want to say you're right. I'm gonna go look. I want to say they lost. I want to say in 6, but
Because they went to 7 with the Knicks and then got
They
swept by
definitely went
us
set. They went to 7
with
with
the
the
Knicks.
Knicks. I remember
Yeah.
that. They definitely went
And if
7
I'm
with
being
the
honest, if
Knicks.
Jalen Brunson didn't get injured, that would have been a different story as well. I'm sorry.
You know, I want to fight
I
you on
ain't
that.
even want the Knicks to win it necessarily.
I want to
That
fight you
series,
on. I want to fight you on that one, but it's a hard
I
argument to
mean,
drive
he
there.
was on a run, bro. If he didn't get injured,
No, that's why I'm like, it's a hard
because
argument to
he
drive.
was torching y'all, bro.
No, they went
The
crazy.
reason why they were even in it was because of him.
No, like he definitely dragged New York in that one.
Like, no Julius Randle, he go do whatever the heck he wanted to do, and that's when we got to see it for real. And then you got DiVincenzo, who was playing out of his mind. They should have never got rid of him.
But Milwaukee did go 6. You were right.
How many games did Giannis play in that series?
I gotta go back and look. My bad. I should have did that while I was sitting there. I forgot about that. That's on me game. But yeah.
First round did not play. I just seen that on the ESPN thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go look the game
Go look.
logs. I'm gonna go check the game logs. So those are
Because if that's true and they won 2 games without Giannis, bro, if I'm being real, and this is just my opinion, if you have to choose between Giannis or Dame to be your number one, I'll say 8 times out of 10 you're going Giannis. I'll give Dame his credit because you know what I'm saying. I'm not knocking Dame. He was number 1 in Portland and he did what he did. But you're going Giannis. You feel me?
Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
And we've seen Giannis by himself torch teams and just carry on some LeBron stuff. And he is playing some of the best basketball of his career right now. So, yeah, I gotta go Bucks in 5.
Yeah, as I'm looking right now, he didn't play in game 1 or 2, so I think he might have.
He was already
Yep, he didn't play. It was Dame that would play like 1 or 2 games and was sitting.
Because then he got injured. I remember
Yes.
that. He
done
got
back then.
injured about trying to do a game winner or something like that.
Yeah, because by game 4, he's not on this log no more.
Right, and that's when it was like, all right, well, we know it's over for them.
Yeah. Okay, I've got all the way to game 5 now. Let me make sure before we keep going.
No, because that would have had hope if he would have came back.
Yeah, so Giannis didn't play in the entire series, and they went 6.
Exactly my point.
I don't care. Pacers.
You don't think they're coming back for revenge after what happened last year too?
I don't care. Pacers in 5.
Yeah, no, I mean it's
cute.
cute.
I'm sticking to it. Pacers
It's
in 5.
cute. It's cute.
But now the other question when it comes to the Bucks, though, if they do get put out like DJ's predicting in 5, do you blow it up?
The Bucks?
Yep.
Yes. What else you gonna do?
I just had to ask that. If
I
they
mean,
lose-
all right, hold on. So if you don't blow it up, where is Giannis on his contract?
I want to say we looked this up, and he has 1 more year left after this one. Because we talked about this before. I want to say he has.
And
1
where
more
is Dame on his contract? Because if both of them are still staying, you either get a piece to help them or you trade one of them and try and get something to help. Or you trade both of them and you start over. Literally.
Okay. So Dame's got 1 more year left, and then he got a player option. And then Giannis got 2 more years left before a player option.
Oh yeah. You do what you do to make sure Giannis doesn't request a trade.
I mean,
do what you do to keep him there. Literally.
You gotta think though, if you're the Bucks, since you've made that trade, there's a world possibly where you're now since you traded away Drew Holiday for Dame, you've had 2 first-round exits, and meanwhile Drew's gone on to win 2 back-to-back championships. That's a very real possibility.
There is a world where that happens.
That's a very real possibility. At that point, I think the trade has failed. You just gotta cut your losses, and someone's got to go.
Well,
I think it's
when it first happened, we
Dame.
said what they have 3 years to make something happen.
Yeah, I guess you got 1 more shot. That is fair.
I feel like why blow it up if you have 1 more year and they only had 2 shots?
Okay,
Necessarily.
You know
I mean, like
I give you that.
Like obviously,
yeah, the 2 shots we assume.
You know what I'm saying?
Deeper,
they will get farther than that, so they can build a little more off of it. But you know, it's just what it is. It's not. It's not like the 2 players that are playing. We know who they are. You know what I'm saying? They can. Like it's not. crazy to say that if they made it. You know what I'm saying?
I give you that.
It's about who was around them, I feel like.
Good. You know what?
And if
I'll
we're being
give you that.
honest, Beavis and Butthead as the freaking coaches over there. I mean, Joe.
You just call Doc and Darvingham Beavis and Butthead. That's funny.
If I'm not even gonna lie, if the Pacers do win, it's because they got outcoached. Because it won't be because of Giannis. I will tell you that for a
He
fact.
said they got out coached.
No, that's literally
I
what it
give you
will
that.
be. I mean, because think about it. I'll give it to the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton, and he's, if I'm being honest, to me, he's not top 15 in the league, but I'll save that for another day. Pascal Siakam is not top 25 in the league, but I'll also save that for another day. But that's their top two, and they made it to the 4 seed in the East. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they can make some type of noise, and if they take out the Bucks like they're supposed to, I mean, they're not getting by the Cavs, so forget it.
I'll bring that argument up after this other series because I might not be able to make it if they get cooked and I'll just look terrible.
They got something to worry about before they even
they got a lot to worry
listen,
about.
You need to worry about Giannis before you even talk about Cleveland, because Giannis, I feel like, is already looking at Cleveland.
You know, fair. I'll give you that.
So
I will give you that.
If I'm being honest, Giannis is looking at Boston.
Giannis is like
that boy on a mission.
He probably looking at the finals and like I need to get back.
He does need to, but I don't think that's happening.
And now to the other, I say another team that sort of needs to get back there and they can just to boost resumes for a multitude of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-6 out in that West, the Lakers versus the Timberwolves. You know, sitting in a world where there's a real shot that LeBron James is going to lead a team to the finals in like year 22 is just straight. It makes my argument crumble at its knees. I can't lie.
Just crumble?
It's just,
if Bron does that, I don't want to hear nothing.
You know, because
then I'll be like, forget whatever you saying about that. Forget whatever you saying about that. Forget whatever you saying about that. He did it, and he was 40.
Look, at the end of the day,
the argument's over.
At the end of the day, I will simply say it like this. My argument is more based on when you get on this court, you play to win. Mm-hmm. At the same time, you are pretty much dragged one of the teams. You drag one of the teams at your youngest there, and now you're dragging a team at your oldest. It's just, I will admit, I will say this.
I'm gonna be honest.
I will say this live on this podcast, Isaac, right now. If LeBron gets his team to the finals and wins conference finals MVP, I will finally succeed.
Bron, I don't know if you're listening.
You heard it here first.
You heard it.
You
better go do it.
You heard it.
I'm tired of arguing with this kid about it.
If LeBron gets and he wins conference finals MVP, because if Luka wins it, it's a little different. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because I admit there is an argument for who's the 1A now, but in all reality, without question, if they get to the finals and LeBron wins conference finals MVP.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason
succeeding.
why I think it's gonna be Luka winning conference final MVP, and I only say this because they're gonna let Bron take the number 2 option in the conference finals because he's going to be the number 1 option against the Warriors.
You know, that's it's really a context to it. I can't lie. There's gonna be some context, but
because if he drops 50 in a game against the Warriors and they win that series, and then Luka wins conference finals MVP,
okay.
You ain't gonna be doing too much talking about it still.
No. Like, first of all, LeBron drops 50 on the Warriors. It's once again that kind of almost like,
okay, In year 22, he dropped 50 in the playoffs.
First of all, at that point, we're snipping on breaking the record that Jordan set at the young age. So,
right.
Look, the point being though, in the world of the Lakers, on LeBron's back, get to the finals. I gotta succeed. I have to.
No, I know.
When you drag a team at 20 something, what is it? I think it was like he was like 23 or something,
Right.
22 and 07.
Right.
Granted, there's arguments to that when they try to blame Jordan for not doing it, but that's a
Right.
different conversation for a different day. At the same time, you did it then and you're doing it now on two different sides of your career, two different generations of basketball, you can pretty much say.
Yes.
I can't fight with that.
You can't.
To be honest, I can't fight with that. Now, I will be honest. If the Timberwolves can get their stuff together and put the Lakers out in the first round, I'm gonna be loud and proud, and I'm staying on my boat. I'm gonna say, shoot, I'm not lying to you. But
I'm gonna be honest.
I can't believe in Minnesota. I want to.
I want to
I
believe
can't.
in them, but then
I
every
can't.
time I want to believe in them, I realize that they don't have Cat and this Julius Randle over there. And listen.
That to me is the difference. That to me is the difference.
No, it's a huge difference because the difference with Cat was Cat could take that backseat and let it rock. Julius Randle, he'll get the ball,
His play style doesn't help it.
jab, dribble, stumble, lose the ball, dribble, turn your back him down, turn the other way, step back, don't have it, dribble, shoot it, clink.
20 seconds out, shot clock.
Like, bro.
Between him and that old Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert, I can't do it. My heart wants to.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert just pissed me off. Like,
I know.
That team is literally Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo. There's a couple other people on there, obviously. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna,
Look,
Rob
I say
Dillingham, Mike
Ant Edwards and
Conley.
Ed Wetz. That's that team to me.
See, you got it.
Ant Edwards and Ed Wetz, and
Naz
I can't trust.
Reid.
Yeah, there's some, but still,
You know
I
what
can't
I'm
trust the Ed
saying?
Wetz on this one. I can't.
Alexander Walker, he over there, right?
Yeah, they got
a squad. They got a squad.
I just don't trust them.
It's just McDaniels is still there too, right?
I think so.
They got a squad. They got the defense. If Randall could just take the back seat and use his ability to push the team instead of drag them down, then yeah. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what happens. Even if they get their stuff together, I don't see them beating the Lakers. And you want to know why?
Give it to me.
Not only do you have LeBron, you have Luka. You remember what he did to them last year? They beat the Nuggets, and then he torched them. Yes, Kyrie was there with him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if anything, you should trade Kyrie for LeBron.
Like, so
shoot.
What are we talking about now? So now you're saying, because remember, Anthony Edwards was talking about Kyrie had him tired. Well,
yeah. And then I can't lie.
Either now you're gonna get put in the back pocket, or you're just gonna get hit with a step back.
Here's my thing.
LeBron literally just back down, turn fade.
or the
right, and then just shoot it. Like, I mean, shoot. And hey, I mean, he's arguably one of the top five. Top five.
I hate it.
Like, what
he's
we
literally,
about?
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to put this on record. Next season, when LeBron hits 2 threes in the regular season, he will pass Reggie Miller for 6 all-time and 3-pointers. That is ridiculous. I feel like
even if he doesn't make it to the finals this year, top 5 in shooting,
it's going to be 6. No, he's not in top 5. It's 6. I'm messing with you. But I admit, to me, it's once again, it's about winning.
I hear you.
That's why I say with the conference finals, I'm going to the conference finals because it's winning now. That's why I will succeed. Right. The threes, that's not gonna nice. It's nice. It plays to his longevity, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
So that's where I'm at. But I caramba see. Oof. And then with the Lakers too, and the Austin Reeves and stuff, like they got a little squad in LA. Mm-hmm. Like they are the winners of that trade. I personally, at first, thought the trade was stupid. I said that very publicly on this channel in the YouTube shorts and the.
I didn't think the Lakers were gonna go anywhere.
I didn't think it was gonna matter. I didn't think it was gonna be a good trade.
But then you really gotta think about it.
Dallas is imploded, so they've won by default.
You get Luca, he was already playing like he was out of his mind since he was 14,
Yeah.
right? Then he wants to finish his career there. You trade him away. Now he's angry, and then you put
Yeah.
him with the king of basketball, and now they're the third seed.
Yeah, it's an ugly look, and I'm gonna go Lakers, and I'm gonna go Lakers in 6. I'm gonna give Timberwolves 2 of them. I'll go Lakers in 6. You going in 5? I'm crying. Nah, you got it for that. Why you just no words, nothing. You just hand up 5. You know what? You're cooked too. You're cooked for that. You really just stood there, no words, and just said,
Listen, man.
no, nothing. No. You're not gonna do it. You picked them in the thing. You're not even gonna do the meme. Come on, man. Nothing. Ant-Man, Can't-Man, whatever. You're not gonna nothing. Ah.
I mean, like Julius Randle, light a candle. I don't
Makes it
know.
hard.
You feel me? It's over.
What was the one he said? It was like
don't
Royal
even know
Rumble,
what he
boost
said.
mama bond. Like that.
Yeah,
that
no,
whole
yeah.
thing is so stupid, but it's funny. I can't lie. But
It's clips.
it's hilarious. But yeah, I got Lakers in 6. But yes, I without a doubt, Timberwolves are cooked. But to maybe what might be I think what's gonna probably be my favorite series to watch, and I saved it for last on purpose. The New York Knicks at 3 and the Pistons at 6.
All right. Off rip, New York has a squad, and we've talked about 2 of their players already.
Mm-hmm.
Then you add Josh Hart to that.
Mm-hmm.
You add OG Anunoby to that.
Mm-hmm.
Miles McBride coming off the bench.
Okay.
Who else is on that team? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Mikal Bridges, you forgot my boy.
Oh, of course, Mikal Bridges.
My boy Mikal.
If we're being honest, they're supposed to win this series.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe we both can see them winning this series
Very much
if
so.
they do everything they're supposed to.
Okay.
But
Please say what I want you to say.
the way the Detroit Pistons, their energy, because it's not even just the way they're playing, because they're hooping together and they're coming together well, but their energy, they're bringing that bad boys type of vibe back. I feel like, I'm like not even just the roughhousing thing, but
No,
like
I know exactly what you mean.
like just the energy in general. Like
I get it.
we dogs who like we from Detroit. Like this is us. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
bro? Like obviously Isaiah's story is just tapped, but like
Yes.
he literally was walking out after he got ejected and holding up his jersey, going like this, and it says Detroit on it. Like
Yeah.
they're playing for the city,
Yes.
like on some LeBron Cleveland, this is for you type vibe. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Now we already know New York has that vibe naturally.
Oh my goodness, we already know.
You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be a battle. I'm going Detroit in 7.
I'm right there with you. And here's
I-
why.
look, yeah.
Now, here's why I'm Detroit in 7, though.
Mhm.
On top, as much as I love New York in the squad, part of the injuries and what made their tires fall off is the minutes that they have and they play.
Right.
Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart lead the league in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Mikal. It might be OG. I know it's Josh Hart for sure, though. But, like, they
Yes.
lead the league in minutes. Thibodeau plays these guys too long.
Yeah, it's like it's his place is starting 5 entirely way too long. It doesn't make any sense.
And I know for a fact it's gonna catch up to them. But then also,
Mm-hmm.
the Pistons have the 7th best all-time season turnaround.
Mm.
Here's the other teams. At 6, right above
Oh
them.
my goodness.
At 6, right above them, it's the Celtics. The year they got Larry Bird,
Uh-huh.
because 32 wins. Then you got
Yep.
the 04-05 Suns,
Mm-hmm.
the 89-90 Spurs,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
the Lakers in 2000.
Oh my goodness.
That's tied for second all time. With them, the 97-98 Spurs. That's the year Tim Duncan came and they won.
right.
And then the number 1, the 08 Celtics. Nah, I'm not gonna say.
Yo, New York is in trouble, bro.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that you know the Pistons are the '08 Celtics or '97 Spurs
No.
or 2000s Lakers. I'm not gonna. No.
No, obviously not.
No. I'm not going that far.
Mm. But yeah,
But unlike those other teams, there isn't no huge addition. There isn't no big. It's just been a squad growing.
literally. And I mean, if you think about all of them together, they've added a couple pieces or whatever, but it's literally been like the same core people just growing
Just
together.
growing. This is I mean because with the 2000
And
Lakers, like
this officially, people are gonna see who Kate Cunningham is.
now, I will admit though, I don't think he should win Most Improved Player because in a sense he's doing what he's supposed to. Respectfully, I'm sorry.
He was doing this last season.
Yeah, to me, Norman Powell's your Most Improved Player, but I do firmly believe Pistons they're taking New York out.
Mm.
I said this to a Knicks fan on the street after covering the WNBA draft. I looked him dead in his face with a Knicks sweater, and he looked at me and I giggled. He goes, "What's so funny?" I said, "Y'all getting put out in the first round." No, we not. Yo, we going all the way home. As we y'all.
No, right, literally,
I'm
all the way
sorry.
home. I hear that.
Detroit. Detroit's
No,
gonna
because
win this in seven.
the thing is, like New York is gonna get theirs. Jalen Brunson is gonna have his 40-point game. Josh Hart is gonna have one of those games where it's like, who is this dude?
Mm-hmm.
OG and Mikel are gonna go off, and so
Yeah.
is Cat.
They're
They're
all
gonna
gonna have
have
their
their games. I don't see them winning 4 games. All Detroit got to do is steal one.
I think they're still in the last one.
I mean, because if they steal one before that, then
It's gonna
the game's it's over. They win the 6.
Yeah.
For real. Honestly,
They're still before that. So I think they're still in the last one.
Yeah.
But
that's gonna be interesting.
Detroit in 7.
Yeah.
I tell you though, this is going to be an exciting playoffs. We're
yeah.
without a doubt, this is going to be wild.
Yeah.
I think the most obvious team to win their series flat out is going to be the Celtics. I can't lie.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw a post earlier, and it said that I forgot the exact percentage, but it said like 81.4% of people selected the Magic to win over the Celtics.
Like what? At least one game or like
the series?
No way.
Yes.
81%?
And then it went on to say that they were the second. They had the second best win percentage against the Celtics.
Okay, no, 80. Okay, no. That's their win percentage against us is the second best behind the Thunder. I know that. In the last 3 years.
No. But someone was saying like that many people were saying like they were gonna win the series, and that's why I was like, I didn't know if it was real or not.
That had to be fake.
I went and looked on sports betting apps and stuff like that, and it was still
the odds are disgusting.
Yeah, so
there's no way
on that. So I was like, that is wild. That don't even make no sense.
No, you definitely got NBA Central on that one.
No, literally.
You got NBA Central.
But they definitely do have the second best win percentage against the Celtics.
Yes, I will agree with that. Orlando, but if this was like a second round thing, I'd be a little nervous. But first round, we're gonna be too motivated. We're too much. The quest of the whole. We're going back to back. Because think about how we did it even with Atlanta that year. With that, when we were on the whole, we gotta get back to the finals quest. Like we beat the brakes off them in the first 2 games.
Right.
Like get pedal to the metal. There's no way. There's no way. So I think the Celtics in the first round, most obvious team to win. I think the closest series, in all reality, I can see it going either way for real, gonna be Nuggets Clippers. That's another one that's gonna be.
I gotta say Nuggets Clippers, Pistons Knicks. Definitely could see going either way. I almost gave you your credit, but I'm standing on the Bucks.
You should have did it because I was gonna say it. Those are the three.
Warriors Rockets. There's a world where the Rockets play exactly how they're supposed to. Jimmy and Curry will still show up, but the rest of the team just doesn't have it. So there's a world where that happens. So those 3 series, I feel like it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I wanted to give you your credit with the Pacers, but if I'm being honest, bro, every time I really think about it, all I see is Giannis just causing straight havoc against y'all. And I don't see anyone stopping him, if I'm being real. No matter how good y'all play, defensively, that team is trash. And Giannis is going to walk over them. And don't let Dame come back too soon, because then, goodness gracious, it's over, bro. That's just how I feel about that series.
I mean,
But
hey,
I
that's why
get
we
it.
do this. That's why we
Right.
do this. We put it
Yeah.
out there so either we can get laughed at later when it's on record and we look terrible,
Right.
or we're gonna look real good. Someone's gonna be
Yeah.
with that Pacers Bucks here. Someone's gonna be sitting at the table and be sitting there in a couple weeks smiling. We're just gonna figure out who. It's just
No facts.
because someone's gonna be really right and someone's gonna be really wrong. Because we
Yeah,
both said
no.
in 5 too. That's the craziest part. Too.
Right. Like
Someone's gonna
we
be really
expecting a
right.
gentleman's sweep, and it's gonna be a battle. We both know it.
Yeah, it's probably over 7, but someone's gonna be sitting there like I told you. Someone's gonna be sitting there like, man, I really thought it was gonna work.
Yeah.
But in all reality, man, it's gonna be a great playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be getting some full coverage from us during this entire thing because this
For
is
sure.
gonna be exciting and a lot's
For
gonna
sure.
happen.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for watching. As I like to say, ain't like the Harden way, y'all. Peace.